Welcome. We're back with another one. Beyond the Smoke and Mirrors podcast. I think I named it the underlying truth because this is not, when you come here, this is not the truth a lot of people is looking for. Because the truth that we usually are looking for is the truth that was already given to us. We looking to believe what we already had. This is beyond that, beyond what we think is truth. It's like almost letting go of all the truths that you thought you had and going, nothing is true. So I'm trying to look deeper into what is actually truth. Is there actually truth? Not all these things we were that was put in front of us just to accept and believe and say, "Oh yeah, this is it." You feel me? Because a lot of things that we have, that it was given to us over time. The belief systems we have, the ideas we have, what we wanted to try and do in life and be in life, like that was all given to us. It's almost like you never had a choice. You never was given a choice. You never was able to make a choice. The choices was given to you because the choices was already here. So this is trying to basically go beyond all that, beyond that system that we was given, and step outside of the system and see what's really going on. Not the illusions that we cover ourselves with daily, because we walk around within the illusion, being the illusion, sharing the illusion, because we're in the illusion. But we never too much stop to think that, is all this stuff that I've been given, is it true? Is it real? Like, I'm gonna upload the video, but not right now. I'm gonna upload the video. Yesterday, this is what I said about Discord. Like with Discord, it be a lot going on Discord, and people don't understand. Yesterday, well, last night, it was like four of us went in and had DMT experiences. I recorded it all. I just ain't had a chance to upload it. I was gonna upload it this morning, but I said, nah, I'm gonna do a video first. I'm gonna do a live stream first, and then afterwards, I'll upload the video. And it's three live DMT experiences in one video. And it's crazy. The thing about DMT is, like, when you take it, the way it bring back memories of these past lives, or these other lives that you live that you have no recollection of. This is something that we're never taught throughout life, is that, hey, you've been here before. This ain't your first time being here. And then not only that, the DMT shows you how your mind make up different entities. Your mind creates entities. Like, it is the creator of entities. Like your love, your hate. These are different entities that exist within you. That's a being that's living within you. And to take DMT and be able to see that entity or come in contact with that entity is just something that is just like, whoa. It's like, whoa. And that was like the pivotal point, I think, of my experience yesterday, was the fact that I got a chance to see a couple of the entities that live within myself. Not just the entities, but a couple of places that were created. Like, have you ever wondered, like, on psychedelics, when you dive in on psychedelics, like, boom, you'll see a whole world that's nothing like this. But while you there, you feel like you were there before. This is not my first time here, because I was in this place. It reminded me of like a Legoland type place, like that was built out of all these types of these structures, like bricks, and, like, I ain't gonna say bricks, I don't know what to call them, because they were squares and different shapes and forms, but I was like one of the bricks, or one of the little creatures inside this place, But I was, as I'm being one of the creatures inside this place, I was able to look at it from both perspectives. Of me being able to look at it like this, as these numbers is falling behind me, and at the same time, I was inside the picture, being one of the things inside there. So it's like kind of trippy because we have all these ideas about life, what life is, what life should be. And I think that kind of throws it off because all these ideas like we gathered over time. We gathered over time in order to create the perfect reality for the individual that's living the reality, that's going through the things that we call life, or the things that's happening in the life of that individual. But that individual can't speak for everybody. It's impossible for me to speak for everybody and tell your story and your story and your story. Because even though the underlying story, what's up with it, y'all? What's up with it? Google, email, DJ, chemistry coming through. I ain't even got my glasses on. McFly, what's up, McFly? But it's hard for me to speak for everybody. But the one thing that I do notice that I can speak for is the way that our minds, because we all have the same mind, the way our minds create reality and make reality what it is. That's the one thing that I'm starting to notice, is that we all have the same we all are the same builder of reality, of ideas. We all have that same building structure of building this thing. And that's the one thing that I'm beginning to like realize. It's like, even though we're making different buildings, we all are still that same person that's constructing that thing, that is constructing reality, making reality what we want it to be. And then a lot of times it's like, you're not even making it, you making it what you want it to be, but this is only because you was given this and this. You was given the paint, you was given the colors, you was given the wood, you was given the concrete, you was given all the things in order to build it the way that you wanted. So it like really didn't matter how you built it. You were given the things to build it the way that you wanted your structure to be, the way you wanted your artwork to be. That's the way you painted it. Even though, because it was something that I think BGL said yesterday, and it's the same thing that my oldest son told me. He said, even though it was already here, when a new life comes in, it's new to them. It's new to them. Even though it's old, the next life that comes in, it begins again. And life begins again, and it begins to look at it at itself again in a new way, in through new eyes, with a new mind. So it begins to build itself again in a whole nother structure. Every time another life is generated, it's like boom, new reality. Boom, new reality. And it seems new. And I'm not saying it to say, okay, well, I don't say these things to say it's anything wrong with what's going on, but this is what it is. This is what's happening. You feel me? This is what is actually happening. Back then, 3,000 years ago, food wasn't even the same as it is today. We don't look at food the way we did then. Now today we look at food in like totally different ways. We look at it like, is it good for the body? Is it this? Is it that? We making tacos and we making burritos. Back then they didn't have stuff like that. They had something totally different. They would just take a animal and chop it up and put it on the thing and rotisserie it, and everybody would snatch pieces off of it and just eat it just like that. We wasn't doing all these chef things to it. Some, like, it was a time we didn't even have herbs and different things of that nature. Like, that's something that was thrown in later. You feel me? That's something that our taste buds created. Because within reality, you start to see that each aspect of us is creating its own fundamental thing. And that's what I was saying about the different entities. Like our taste buds, our eyes, our ears, our smell, sense of smell. All of these are their own entity. They're their own living being that's within us that is helping us shape the reality that we shape in. And it's crazy how these things, they take control of you as you go. As you're going, each one of these things play a role in your life and have control over certain things. Your taste buds, being the entity alien that it is, it'll eat something and say, I don't like that. It don't even matter if it's good for you. If your taste buds don't like it, you not messing with it. I'm cool. We went through this as we were children when they was giving us broccoli and and different. They was giving us broccoli and peas, and we didn't want that. To us, it didn't taste good. We'll go to the candy. Give me the candy. Give me the candy. Give me the candy. We never, and that it created something within us over time that started to control aspects of our life. But even a single thought can create new reality or a new path in your experience. Exactly. Exactly. It can do that. But that thing is not new. This is the crazy thing. That thing is not new. We're talking beyond the smoke and mirrors. There's not too much of anything that's new here. And anything that gets made is taking what's already here and shaping it into what we would call new. We'll reshape it and it's new now. Like the iPhone. The iPhone, every time they come out with another iPhone, they say, oh, this is the new iPhone. What does it do? It do the same thing the last iPhone did. All we did was put a glass back on it, and we put a glass on the front. So now it got two pieces of glass on it. You feel me? Or we made it bigger, but it's still the iPhone. It didn't change from being the iPhone. The iPhone is just like anything else within this reality. It's going to keep on transforming itself. It's going, because I don't care what it is. Anything that was created even by us, it becomes a living being. We bring it to life with our minds. Our minds bring it to life. That's why we still into old school cars. We won't let old school cars, we will not let old school cars die out at all. And it will always be like that. Because anything that comes to and takes form, even the form that we create, that thing begins to live. We won't let it die. It doesn't want to die. It doesn't want to stop living or even existing. Anything that is created doesn't really start. It doesn't want to stop. This is what we do. Like people, knowing that people, us being people, we don't want to stop existing. So what do? We boom. We keep on creating ourselves over and over again. What, like, we do the same thing that technology is doing, which is just a mirror of us. We do the same thing over and over again. Like I'll have a child, and that child will begin life again, and it's a new life. But that child was made from me and its mother, the genes of that. So it's almost like a car. When like next year, they gonna come out with a new Charger. The year after that, they gonna come out with a new one. They gonna keep on formulating that thing into where it's never gonna end. But one day they might be like, like the Ford Flex, we're not making no more. And we gonna keep driving them. We gonna take them old ones and we gonna fix them up, and we gonna make them still run until they don't run no more. And then later on, hopefully, they come out with another one. Yeah, exactly. That's the energy doesn't die. It's just exchanged. It just transforms itself, and it don't do too much of a transformation if you think about it. But it's like weird because I think that's one thing that starts freaking me out about reality. It's like, am I noticing these things, that these things are happening? Because these things always been happening. And they haven't stopped happening from when the first spoon got made. Have you seen old spoons compared to what spoons look like now? When they were carving them out of wood, you couldn't even really hold nothing on it. It was flat. You feel me? And now it evolved into what a spoon is now. This is what everything does. It's almost like when it come into reality, it keeps on working itself until it better itself. Like even animals. That's why they constantly, they make they make other animals. They make another one and another one and another one, and they get smarter and smarter as they do this. Like we do the same thing as we go. We breed more intelligent entities into the reality. We make more like technology. The technology gets smarter. Everything does this as it goes ahead. But what's up with it, Charles? What's up with it? What? Oh, I ain't got my glasses on. I don't want to put them on because then I gotta be trying. My glasses only can see at the bottom, so I gotta be trying to put my head up like this to still see the words. It's retarded. But what's up with it, Charles? Yeah, Charles was there last night when we were in Discord and we was having the DMT experiences. You feel me? I said, you know, collaborating this beyond smoke and mirrors, bro. I'm telling you, it's gonna be a lot said that is not going to be accepted because, like I said, it's stepping outside of your belief system. It's stepping outside of yourself and seeing that underlying truth. It's the underlying truth, that underlying energy, that one energy that keeps constantly shaping itself into something else. Not the smoke and mirrors, because we love the abracadabra. That's the one thing that we love. We love abracadabra. We like it to be magical. We like it to be all these different things. But in as it's being these different things, these are things that we're creating it and making it to be that thing, to be Jesus, to be Buddha, to be Gandhi. We're making it to be that. You feel me? Because we can shape it into whatever we want, which is something to really think about. You know, when you think about belief systems and what people believe, because we can go around preaching love, 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 but it's a predator out there looking, waiting for somebody soft like us to come along and give ourselves to them and go, yeah, you know, I'm gonna take care of you. I'm gonna pick you up. I'm gonna put money in your pocket. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that. It's predators out there looking for people like us to be that soft person. Hey, exactly, DJ. The illusion is it's more comfortable than reality. But man, if you come into man, I'll open the Discord if you in Discord, Charles. If you got time. But I ain't seen nobody pop in. That's why I didn't. Matter of fact, let me just open it anyway. So if somebody come in, I'll already be in there. But we like, yeah, we do love the illusion. The illusion is so comfortable because you feel safe with the illusion. The illusion makes you feel safe, safer than what life actually would probably be, or what life act. That's what I feel like with religion and all these different things. We have these certain belief systems in order to make life comfortable. You feel me? So we don't have to accept what life is being right now. We don't have to accept that. You feel me? We can change it to something else and go, okay, well, it's going to be this. But you can't reap the rewards of this until the end of time. You can't get it right now. You even though you have access to it, you can't get it right now. You can't get it until this is over. Like that don't that should bother a lot of people. Cause it's like now I have to fight. What's up with it, man? What's up with it?
Cause
What's up?
they said normally you go to jail and come out fast. I ain't never seen a nigga
What he said?
move
Wait.
out of. they say normally when you go to jail, you come out a pastor because you have
What?
all the knowledge for being locked up, and you ain't doing crime like that. You start like start getting into your word and your spirit. You went to San Diego and became what Uncle G called you, a shamus. He said Booker know what's gonna happen before it happened.
Hey, that was wild because when we was doing DMT last night, bro, I seen the future. I seen the future. It's
Telling you,
crazy. It don't make sense when you on psychedelics and you see the future because you know exactly what it is. It's a part of you that understands that that is the future, and you already knew this was going to be happening.
wow,
It's
that's
almost
heavy.
like life was already laid out and planned, and now you just watching it. You just watched it. He said you go to jail.
Yeah, man. They go to jail and get smart. Went to jail, couldn't read. Come out, you can read.
Hey, that's cuz, man. They go to jail, man. The first thing they do, who they turn to? They turn to God. And be like,
Jesus.
you know you done messed up. You know you done messed up, don't you? God is not fit to help you right now. You should have turned to him a long time ago. Talking about, look,
Yeah.
when you come and you apologize and you confess your sins, it's not gonna stop you from that time you're gonna get for that robbery you did. It's not.
Man.
It's not.
But
It's
I've been online listening to some people, man, and I don't know. They kind of got me tripping a little bit, cousin.
about what?
They say these people still. I mean, they just gonna be waiting for Jesus forever.
Yeah, they is. But that's
They
cool
say
though.
Jesus ain't coming.
That's cool. That's cool. Jesus already here, living within
Exactly. That
everybody.
and yeah, that's what they saying, man. They said he lived a different life. He wasn't crucified like they said. And he got a whole different story. The Europeans put the twist on it.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
it and, and it makes sense, but because they story don't have gaps like the Bible. You know what I mean?
yeah.
But I don't
What
know,
story you
man.
talking about? How they pulled him off the cross, and he lived through that, and
Yeah,
then he went to
how
go live in Asia or India or something somewhere
yeah,
else.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. You heard about it too.
yeah. I heard about it. But yeah,
Or they
that
said they
like
was gonna fake his death or something.
the thing I don't understand is like we see this in today's stories. Like you feel me? Like when somebody passed in our family, and then you start hearing all the stories about them, and people don't want to put a bad rep on them, so they just start kind of making up stuff. You feel me? They just kind of start. They start making up stuff. We don't want to say the bad stuff that he did. We just want to say all the good stuff. You feel me?
Yeah,
Because he
that's
gone.
that's what they were saying. That's what the dude was saying. He was like,
Oh, what's up
Jesus,
with it,
some
flat
part
out
in the
Rich?
Bible told his people to armor up, get your knives ready, or some stuff. And it was like, see, Jesus told people to protect
Oh
themselves
man,
too. I was like, I never knew that, but
yeah.
I thought Jesus said nonviolence like Martin Luther
Nah,
King.
nah, nah, nah.
Jesus said, "I come with a sword, buddy."
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what they was saying. They was telling me that was new to me.
Hmm
I'm used to listening to
Spiritual
my
warfare,
auntie, a
man.
Jehovah Witness, and she was like, Jesus ain't never did nothing wrong.
Exactly. Flat out, Rich. Jesus did. Jesus, I don't. They not gonna say if he did anything wrong. But when you go and watch,
Yeah.
you go and you watch the older stories of even when they was talking about when he was a child, and he pushed his friend off the roof, and then brought him
I
back
never
to
heard of
life.
that one.
Then brought him back
I
to
ain't never
life,
heard that, cousin.
and was like, "Tell him
No,
I
I
didn't
ain't
push
never
him."
heard Jesus. He said Jesus put somebody off the
Yeah,
roof and brought him
they
back to
got
life.
stories of Jesus when he was a kid and certain stuff he did. They got
Jesus
many
put
stories.
somebody off the roof, his friend,
Like
and brought him back to life.
I think Cryo wrote that story right there. Oh,
Yeah, I'll
Yeah.
be writing them stories
They
in
was
my
trying to
past
say
lives.
my cousin heard.
Every,
Yeah, but they said he had a. You ever heard he had a wife and kids?
yep, I heard that one. I
See,
heard they was trying to say that basically Mary Magdalene was his wife. And
exactly.
not
Instead of
even his wife. Yeah, they was not that Mary. It was two Marys. The other Mary Magdalene, I think, was the one that was is that the one that was following him, Cryo? like one of his priests or something, and like they were
What was
saying
the
that they
name?
Mary Magdalene. Was it Mary
Oh, that
Magdalene?
was his.
So
I
that
believe he was
prophecy.
related to Mary Magdalene.
Yeah,
No,
I think
no,
Joshua was dating Mary Magdalene or something.
no. The
Cause you know they
Mary,
tried to. Cause
he is Joshua.
Okay, Britannica says Mary Magdalene was a disciple of Jesus.
Okay,
So
yeah,
Jesus and
yeah,
Joshua is two different people.
yeah. So that Mary, they said that Jesus was having relations with because, like Paul and the other ones, I was reading that they were like kind of jealous of her because of the authority Jesus was giving her. But I think
mhm.
Jesus was like, they were saying that he was, possibly hitting that. You feel me? Because I don't know if Jesus went his whole 33 years without sex. It's a possibility. I'm not saying it ain't possible, but I don't even think Jesus is real. I
That's what
hate to
I'm saying.
say
They
it.
were saying he got the story. They got the story of Joshua from Jesus, and he was with Mary Magdalene. That was his woman.
Yeah.
That was Joshua's woman, and they took that story and tried to blend it into Jesus and Mary, and then they also added that horse and Osiris story and made that the real Jesus story, the Son of God.
it's like it's like the Book of
That's what I heard.
Clarence. It's like you seen the Book
Yeah.
of Clarence?
Nuh-uh.
Yeah, you need to go watch that. It's like that.
I wanna check out that Ethiopian Bible. That's what I want to do.
I know. I was
I'm
I
here.
was I was tripping off the one a video I was watching a long time ago about the Ethiopians having the Ark of the Covenant, and they had it in this
Yeah.
building, and like the dude went over there, and the ones that was protecting the building, they was like black dudes with like blue eyes,
Yeah.
like blue eyes, but they was protecting it like it was supposed to be in this building. They never seen it, but I'm just saying, bro, I don't believe nothing no more, man. I be thinking all this stuff is just smoke and
It's just
mirrors.
his story, huh?
Yeah, his story, exactly. Exactly. And back then, just think, right? If we went to war and I could come to you and I can be like, well, Al, you feel me? My God, he the one that created the thunder and the clouds and the water, and you like, dang, well, my God only controlled the Beatles. It's like, how we gonna fight here? We can't fight them. Well, I can come and talk to you and scare you out of the fight by giving you everything that my God does. Because my God will destroy all of this. Because he's the God of this, that, and the other. So I think a lot of the stuff they was just, man, it was stuff they was coming up with, bro, for control. For control. I
Yeah.
think
Unless you think it was just more than one God, and
it was.
they
It
was
was.
really I can't call them Anunnakis or whatever, but they was somewhere, and they all was intelligent and did different things, played different roles in this world.
I think I
I don't
think
know.
it
I've
was.
been I've been yeah, I've been looking up some stuff, and it just blows my mind how they all turns them into stories, but it seems like it's hard not to believe. Like, oh boy was telling me about the Valley of Whales that's in Egypt. They found, if you go to Google right now, and basically everything that was over there they buried. So they say the whole landmass is Atlantis. When they came down from whatever planet Mars or somewhere out of space, whatever, they came to Earth, and it was all Atlantis. That was the name of it. But if you look up right now, Valley of Whales bones in the Egypt desert, it'll show you bones laying there from big fishes. So I was thinking, was the government grabbing our whales out the ocean, dropping them in Egypt, burying them? Said people
Nah.
ain't gonna find them because, I mean, it's nothing but dirt out there.
Yeah, that's what I feel like. I
I
feel
mean,
like a lot of the places that are like deserts used to be full of water.
cities and stuff and
Yeah.
they just buried it up,
It like because
and they
if it
just
was
buried.
water, over that sand landmass, and that water, after a while, it switched to over here. and it uncovered all that, bro, it's not gonna be too much of anything that's gonna be able to even grow there. Probably, I don't know, bro. I don't know, but it could have been whales and hella shit that died. Like this Earth is always changing. Like just like the body, as the body goes, it changes. I think the planet does the same thing. It shifts. Because I remember when I first moved to San Diego, I first moved to El Cajon. The wet, like in the summer, we would hit 105 every summer. Now it don't even get like 92, 93. It don't even hit the hundreds after 10 years. It's just everything just constantly changing. It don't stay the same.
Yeah. They was talking about also some bones that they found over there in Egypt, and they was like some big old bodies, big like giants and stuff. But they said the bones had everything still on them, like none of the birds when it plucked on them, like ate off of them or nothing. So they saying that these people that were buried had to be like something important, and they were holding hands.
Dang,
Like it's
you
like
gotta.
they said something like some kind of nuclear bomb or something went off like that Men in Black light, and
I
it
think
just
I.
knocked everybody together. But they knew they was gonna go, and they all holding hands. The skeletons in the sand. They found
Dang,
that over
that's
there too.
dang. That kind of remind me of Pompeii when that volcano
Yeah,
went off and it just solidified everybody. And it's crazy because the way that they were, right, the way that the people were laying, that's what it looked like they was laying together, holding hands and different things like that, like as if they knew. And then come to find out, the dude that found the city put them like that. It's like, wait, he staged them before he started filming the shit. He staged them and said, "Look," and created a whole storyline. But I don't
Hold
know,
on,
bro. It's
cut. That don't look right. Wait.
yeah, that
Make the
don't look
hands
right. Make
test.
it
Okay,
yeah,
roll them.
put that one closer to that one. Make it look
Yeah,
like that. Yeah,
roll them.
okay, yeah, that's perfect. See, it looked like they was holding each other because they knew they was gonna die.
Hey man, if they could get the mind, they got the body, man.
uh, yeah, it's like the freak show circus, like when they was taking fishing, and then they'll sew it into half of a monkey and be like, this is a mermaid.
Damn.
This is a mermaid.
Yeah. Yeah, I
But
seen you on live, Cuddy. I was like, man, my cousin on live.
oh yeah. I had to pop in this morning before I go in
Yeah. All right, cousin, man. Y'all have a
at
good one.
like
I'm gonna get
10.
with you.
Yeah, no doubt. Send me that video though of that one with the whale, the whale bones over there. I gotta see that,
I got
uh,
you.
so I can dive
All right,
into
cousin.
that more. All right.
All right.
What's up, Cryo?
What's up, man? Just been chilling lately.
Oh yeah, no doubt. What else is there to do? But that's
Play
a.
video games. I've been catching them shinies.
Oh yeah. Oh, you caught some?
Yeah, I did.
Huh. That's cool. The Pokemon shinies. But I think, man, I'm starting to think all this shit is smoke and mirrors, bro. I'm scared to believe anything. It's like I believe everything, but I don't believe nothing at all.
You know what my acid trip told me
What?
one time? That there is a secret, deeper reality that's actually quite stressful, and we just choose to ignore it and pay attention to this human world instead because the truth is too much to
Yeah,
bear.
yeah, I had that too.
Exactly. Exactly.
And I was
That's
like, you know what? I'm willing to put up with this low resolution world that we call Earth until I get to the HD like tryptamine spaces later on, because I realize them shits is
Well,
too intense for me.
a lot of media that I've seen, like animes, TV shows, stuff like that, video games, they say like in this reality, if it's like some kind of hologram or simulation or some kind of computer thing, there's stuff in place that disallow things that would break the common concept of what's allowed to do. Like if you see a person start floating out of nowhere, like immediately something's gonna come and like kill that person or delete that instance or situation or disallow that. And like it's to not allow anything supernatural, because this is supposed to be like the foundation based reality, to where like when you have trippy dreams or trippy experiences or crazy like paranormal stuff, you can always fall back on this reality, and this reality gives you the concept of the idea of, oh, okay, that was just a dream.
Yeah, yeah. It's like every. It's almost like, bro, if you had to worry about growing your eyebrows, growing your hair, growing your fingernails, growing your skin, making your heart beat, making your lungs breathe. If the way your blood vessels go through your veins, if you had to worry about all that functioning, occurring, and you had to control it, bro, you'll be lost. You won't have
Yeah, but
time
at
to.
the same time, what's crazy is that you can actually actively like not worry about it, start to do small changes in those things, and you can enhance those abilities. Like the people who can hold their breath for 10 minutes. Most people can't hold their breath for more than 2 minutes. Some people literally, if you take them in high altitude, after 3 minutes and a half, they start to experience brain damage. Now, how the fuck do some people can hold their breath for 10 minutes and not experience brain damage when you have trained pilots that experience brain damage like under 4 minutes?
Yeah.
It's all such weird stuff that you can actually actively go in and edit. And like some of those meditative practices where like they sit there and they meditate and like supposedly they receive healing or whatever. There's some people who theorize that it's not really actually like some kind of external force that's doing it. It's you that's going in and communicating with your mitochondria and with your body to create specific peptides, specific combinations of protein that'll then interact with the coding already present to allow you to receive an outcome.
Yeah, because you basically like that's like when you swimming in different things, the more you hitting that water and holding your breath, like you begin to hold your breath longer and longer as you go. So if you just had like one of your kids and like say you started doing it and then you pass it on to your kids, they'll be holding their breath longer than you, and then it'll get better and better and better and shit. After a while, shit, about 1,000 years, we might have gills and
Yo,
and learn
what's
how
crazy
to.
is that there is 200,000 protein combinations, and supposedly that's not even as many as we've discovered so far. And eventually there's supposed to be like even more protein combinations, and each one of these protein combinations, and then every peptide possible that could exist could eventually do some kind of alteration to the body. And like there are a couple of people that I like follow who talk about like metaphysics, spirituality, alternative sciences and shit. And we all like kind of in a weird way agree. Like I think I said this before, like mythology creatures, like mermaids and centaurs or whatever, it was just humans that got GMO'd into those things for either war purposes, for work purposes, or for vacationing. Like instead of putting on a scuba diver like ensemble, you go and you have yourself GMO'd into a mermaid for a bit and you have gills like that. You can go on
Whoa.
vacation with your family at the bottom of the sea, whatever. And some shit happened where some people who were, because you know how like when a disaster occurs, like people don't just fucking know that it's coming. Like it just happens out of nowhere. So you had some people that were going to work. You had some people that were like already clocked in. You had some people that were on their days off. You had some people that were like skiing, biking, shit like that. So those people that got caught in those forms probably could not revert back because they didn't have access to the technology to turn
But
back.
it's but the crazy thing about it is when we think of things like that, mermaids, Bigfoot, dragons, like we'll go even though we can't see these things or we haven't seen them, we'll make up a reason of why they hide from us.
Bro, I'm thinking that they hide from us either because they do not want to be dissected, because they know that they would be dissected, because they come from a time where they were much more intelligent, and so
That's what
they
I'm
knew
saying.
exactly what we would do to them, because they did that to the ancient ones in their shit, because it's like a repeated cycle that goes over and over. And then what if actually they are in contact with some mermaid type shit? What if they
But
actually
that's
are in
even
contact with some
aliens.
people?
Like even aliens, right? We'll say, okay, why aliens hide from us? Why aliens don't show us themselves? Because of what?
I got no answer to that other than that personally, me, if you ask me what the fuck an alien is, I'm gonna tell you it's just the same thing that you are with like different features based on the environment or genetic modifications done on you, and then like it's somewhere else. That's it. It's not like some fucking weird thing that came
It's
out of some weird animal on some other fucking world or whatever. I think it's just people, and it always was people, and maybe it's some future people, maybe it's some people from other biomes or environments, but I don't think it's actually like some like fuckers who like spawned out of nowhere like somewhere else in this
that came
like
from
reality or whatever.
a whole nother galaxy. You feel a whole nother, even another dimension, and came
It's
here.
like you gotta also think about this, man. If me and you have done enough experiences to like have certain aspects and uncover certain qualities of our consciousness and our like thinking processes, then we know that we're all like the same kind of mind or consciousness, just with different costumes on, with different shells or whatever.
Yeah,
So whatever you would call an alien is the same shit, and they'd probably already figured that out themselves too.
yeah. I,
It's the
I,
Anunnaki, bro.
the Anunnaki, the Anunnaki. It might be the
Is there
Anunnaki. I
the
seen the
only
Anunnaki.
on Earth that has a spliced genome, which can't be done through evolution, basically.
Wait, say that again. The Anunnaki got a spliced genome.
No, no, human beings, we have a genetic mutation, which can only be done through manipulation. Like two of our genes are spliced.
Yeah, there's some shit missing. There's like a whole bunch of links that are missing, and I'm never gonna find them because that shit was like some kind of like mutation or whatever that was like done on purpose. And I'm not gonna say some Anunnaki shit because it could be something else. That shit could just be like their name, and we call them that based on that specific poor translation from that dude in that area. Who knows? But
Is, is
like, I mean, it could
mutation
have been done on themselves.
like is
Cause like, yo,
mutation the
have
actual
you seen
words you want to use for it? Because like you, what I was just looking at
have you
something
have
and
you
it was
seen the
saying.
movie?
Wait, go ahead. Just
Have
go
you
ahead.
seen the movie on Netflix? Have you seen the movie on Netflix where because people are so broke and they can't afford anything, they actually get shrunken and then they start living in these tiny little shrunken cities or whatever? It's a movie with
Oh yeah,
Mark Wahlberg or whatever.
not Mark Wahlberg. It's the other guy, Matt Damon.
Whatever, they all look
Yeah,
the
it was
same.
Matt.
But
Yeah,
yeah,
it was
dude.
Matt Damon.
Yeah, that movie could actually be like a thing. Like they shrunk some people, maybe like because it was easier to like feed them and like house them or whatever. But then eventually everyone shrunk. But then a couple of people left over, and they were like considered giants. And so the little people, like maybe some shit happened, and then the little people like started attacking those giants, and that's what we call like the Titans or like
Hey, it was.
the
I think the movie was funny because it was showing like how humans are. Because when they shrunk it down and they made that nice, beautiful place for shrunken people to live in, come to find out they had a place where homeless like type of people lived also.
Yeah, it's the same shit over and over, man. And like
Which
they did an experiment, bro. They put a thousand, I think it was mice or rats, I forget, in a giant like city-looking thing. Dude, the fucking rodents, I'm gonna say rodents because I don't know what they were, themselves actually like started developing similar caste systems.
mm,
Like you had the ones that didn't get no food, that were like skinny and like underfed. You had the worker ones, and you had a couple of few at the top that were like running the whole shit.
yeah. Oh, I forgot what that's called. I seen that. They had a name for that too. They had a name for that, and it went the same way as our society. But then that just kind of lets you know that
The
the
Pareto
structure,
principle.
huh?
It's called the Pareto principle.
Yeah,
20% of any population produces 80% of the gross product. That's why the top 5% controls the top 60% of resources.
which is wow. But that's what happens when you create a society, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's like that's how it's gonna be. It don't matter whether you go off right now and you create your own and call it the commune. It's gonna still have to be those ones that's gonna have to control. Cause did you see? You ever see the one they got the real TV show of those people that went off and they made their own commune, and they was like everybody, anybody can come, and they did like a real reality TV show, and it seemed like when you hearing it, it's like no, nobody's in control. But when you get there, it's a whole different story because somebody has to be in control. It got to be somebody leading the whole thing. And then, certain people wasn't liking other people. And it was like, it wasn't doing no different than what the world is doing. That's why it kind of kills me when people go off and they want to make these places like, who was the one? Nature Boy did. Like everybody be on their nature boy stuff. Man, I want to get away from society and I want to make a different place to where it's going to be like this and this. This is you still saying that you want control because I want control. And I think that's what a lot of people want. They want control over reality. They want control over society because if it was
Man,
like the way that I felt like it was, it'll be better.
I'm gonna say something that might get me like heat from like people. Like I don't know if anyone that knows me
Man,
listens to this and they're like
this
on that
is
get back to nature shit.
Dre, this is
I don't
beyond
give
the
a fuck.
smoke and mirrors podcast, man. We going
I don't like
beyond.
that fucking get back to nature shit, bro. Like I love being in nature. Yo, I'm a have me like a little porch or a balcony in the back, like somewhere in nature. Like fuck yeah, I'm down to live like in a forest or whatever. But I need a fucking like screen for mosquitoes and flies, man. Like bro, like you know what ticks are? You know what bedbugs are? You know what mosquitoes are? Like get the fuck out of here. We gotta get back to nature. Motherfucker, snakes, like spiders. Look, I love spiders, but I'm not gonna fucking live with no spider. Like like sleeping in some fucking jungle with leaves over me and shit, and like having to fucking smear crushed ants on me to like keep mosquitoes away. Like get the fuck out of here. I'm not doing that.
Nah, a lot of people is with the nature thing, but they don't know the full aspect of it. Cause they're not gonna leave their house. Even if they go and they live in nature, they gonna still build a house to live in.
Yeah, but dude, here's the thing. Like I said this before, because we've had this conversation like a while ago, bro. A lot of dudes are for the nature thing, because it's fucking simple to be a dude in nature. It's extremely difficult to be a female in nature, man. Like that's why we built so much of the shit that we built. It's a lot of it is for convenience for females, man.
Hey, you know what? What's crazy though? When you think about that, Dre, right? Ain't that what homeless people are? Cause
Bro, they
they
are, but at the same time, they can't fucking be homeless. Because if you think about it, why the fuck is you homeless, but you're still sleeping like under some like I don't know some like little cut somewhere like in between two buildings,
yeah,
or
are
you're
you
going to the soup kitchen or whatever. Like you could have literally just went in like the middle of nowhere and then like started planting some vegetables, some fruit or whatever, or foraging. Like there's people who
that's
actually do
homeless
that.
people,
Like
man. They live in nature. They live outside
yeah, but
in
that's not no,
nature.
that's not homeless. That's a nomad. There's a difference between homeless and a nomad. If you ask me what a homeless person is, that's someone who's living where there's a bunch of houses and they don't have one. A nomad
But
is actually someone that's living off the land but doesn't necessarily have a house.
yeah, nah, everybody they not fit to people is not fit to just be in nature and when it starts raining just get rained on. They gonna build some
Yo,
type of coverage or something. They gonna build something to keep them out of that rain, to keep them
bro,
bugs
even
off
nature
of them.
doesn't chill in nature. Even nature got houses, man. Like what the
Man,
fuck? A fox burrow, a wolf burrow, fucking ant colonies, fucking
hey,
beehives,
nah,
hornets, bro. They don't
no.
even have fucking nature.
You know what you make me think of? What's the one that Naked and Afraid? Remember the one where the lady went out there and she was in nature and like they came upon the stream and they couldn't find no water and they came upon the stream and she was like, "Oh, here's the stream," and she just started drinking the water and she got hella sick. Then they was like going, "Man, why is she drinking that water? She ain't supposed to. We gotta boil that. We gotta do this. Like you can't just go to the stream and just drink out the
Oh, dude,
stream."
yeah, no, no. Was it that Survivor thing where
Yeah,
it was men
Survivor.
versus women, and like the men had like a whole society with like amenities going, where they like went all Flintstones with shit, like they started building stuff out of like stuff out of the jungle, out of the wood. Like they have rope, they had like they even made a small barbecue in the kitchen, if I remember. And then the females were literally half of them sick and disoriented and shit.
Yeah, 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 just drinking, eating anything. It don't work like that. Nature,
And I remember
nature.
one because there was one female with them that was actually a survivalist. Like she was trained to like survive like something with her family or whatever. Like they would hunt and shit. She couldn't get any of them to cooperate with her.
I always felt like that though, Dre. Like nature is your friend, but it's not your friend at the same time. Like nature can destroy you easily. Like you said, you can be climbing up at the top of the mountain and you can get delirium and kill yourself. We done seen people try to climb up there to Mount Everest and die. We done seen people get snowed in and die. We done seen floods. We done seen all these type of things happening, bro. Like you said, you can be in nature, you can get bit by a mosquito and get malaria and die.
The thing with the nature people is that they never fully express the whole intent of the get back to nature. It's not get back to nature because that doesn't make any sense because that's back ass words. Because then, like, what if your kid gets sick and you don't have access to like surgeon or like medication that they need? What, you're just gonna amputate their arm and then like goodbye the arm? Like they're
Man.
forever just like not gonna have an arm anymore when they could have had an arm if you just put them
Mosquitoes.
somewhere. It's kind of dumb, but
Yeah, it is.
what it
Life
is
is a
like
challenge,
it's
huh?
not get back to nature, is get back to a synergetic concept of nature and technology, because like all the people who look at technology and want to get back to nature is because they don't understand what technology is. It's literally just binary functions of pushing and pulling on small little circuits that open gates and like say yes or no to specific functions, and then they automate those functions using power. And it's like you can make power with like any river. Like you just make a windmill at any river. Like there's a manga that's really good called Doctor Stone. It's like the whole world like turns into stone, and then like some of them selectively like wake up 1,000 years later, and like one of the first dudes who wakes up is like this kid who like was like some super genius because his dad like worked for NASA or whatever, and he just studied like crazy, so he knew how to get all of society back like to how it was. And so they actually show you in the
It's
manga like,
funnier to
okay, so
hear.
this is how you would make the metal to make the electric components, this is how you would actually gather the material to like do stuff, like they fully show you this stuff. And it's like not difficult, man. It's not difficult. Like you just need to already know certain things, certain combinations of things. And like going overboard with it is going ahead and doing some shit like having a Wi-Fi connection that supposedly they're going to tell you, oh, it's not dangerous. It's not going to do anything to you. But if you leave a plant next to the fucker, like yes, it is fucking dangerous. If you sleep next to it, you develop tumors. Like how many people have fucking like issues because they sleep with their iPad or their phone next to them? Like, yes, there's problems with them, but
That's
you
crazy
didn't need to
because
tune it to that specific frequency.
it's
You
it's
could have
kind
tuned it
of
to another frequency.
it's kind of wild when you think about it because before all that was here that was happening. People was getting tumors. People was certain shit was happening to people before the iPads and all that was here. Cancer and all those other things was here already. But like
They
I
just
said,
call them demons.
yeah, yeah, exactly, exactly. It had a whole different another name.
When there actually like a Roman emperor that died of like a tumor, and like an Egyptian pharaoh as well died of like some cancer or some shit, if I
Yeah,
recall.
yeah. I forgot the name, but
So it's
yeah.
like,
So
what was that about? Because they weren't even living well. They were living superior compared to everyone else,
yeah.
and they still got
Hey,
sick.
I'll go ahead.
yo,
We hear you. We heard you. We heard you. I think that was DJ. But nah, what's up with it, Just Ty?
Hey, what if the Egypt thing is just like how it is today? Like, we could say it's the most advanced society back then, but what does advanced actually mean? I know they did have the pyramids and all this stuff, but I'm thinking about philosophy wise or culture wise on actually getting along. It was different races of Egyptians, like probably the ones that was 10,000 years ago, 20,000 years, and then the ones that we see just 3,000 years ago.
Yeah. and them
But
the ones we
Apparently,
go off
Egypt had
of.
everything.
We go off of
Because Egypt was the place
the
where they went to
closest
school. They
ones.
had literally every type of people there.
I
They had
mean, like, what was the
Asiatics, they
people
had
doing? What
North.
was the people doing in South America at that time? Or like just people just coming up, probably group of just 1,000 people. What did they come up with back then? That
It
was pretty
Yeah, but
cool that we
it
still
didn't
use today and
it
don't
didn't
know where it came
matter.
from.
It didn't matter.
about
Just
the
Ty,
thing of South America, man.
like the stuff people like you that you come up with, and we got people that we put on a pedestal and we put them above these other people over here. Like we'll say this person created the light bulb, but we're not saying that Just Ty was in the background and gave him all the things that he needed to make that light bulb. Just Ty really created it, but this person right here said it was theirs.
Hey, let me ask you a question though. Like
Edison?
this is like a concept to expound on. So according to botanists, the Amazon isn't an actual like forest. Apparently, it's
Jungle.
artificial because they studied how all the plants and all the fruits and everything are like disposed around in certain areas, and it's not like a natural disposition. It's like a lot of it was like put there on purpose, like, yo, let's grow these here, let's grow those there, and whatever, because it doesn't flow how it should naturally to grow. And like you have that culture, and then you have the culture in China. And yeah, okay, people war. Okay, people kill each other and shit. But around the world, even when there's no contact, everyone develops some kind of form of like some kind of like council, some kind of like government system, some kind of like, okay, you're in charge of this area, you make sure everyone in the area has what they need type shit. Like some kind of city function, some kind of government function, some kind of whatever. It always develops
Oh
like that.
dang, DJ.
The first uses of cannabis and psychedelics are recorded back in China. But you also have the use of psychedelics recorded in South America. Now, how is it that South America, what exactly happened? What triggered this? That in South America, everyone was just committing mass fucking ritual genocide on each other. Why the fuck was that the case? Like, why were they sacrificing like 20,000 people a day on altars and shit? But they
Oh
weren't doing
yeah.
that shit in China. They
They
weren't
needed
doing that shit
food.
anywhere else.
Yeah, the
Like,
Mayans was doing it. But that's what that man. Oh my God, bro.
why the fuck were they doing it? Because when you take, bro, when you take an
because
entheogen, no, but
cause
hang on.
God told
If you
them
take an
to.
entheogen, okay, but yo, check it out, man. If you take an entheogen, what kind of experience do you get? You experience that like some entity comes up and says like, "Yo, I want you to start like mass killing people." No, you fucking don't. No one around the
Yo,
world does that. Why the fuck in
That's in
that area
today's
did they
time,
get
though.
that kind of influence?
yeah, why
Because
if they
even
get
the
it?
Vikings,
What if
the
that shit
Vikings used
never
to take
happened though?
mushrooms and go around and kill everybody. That's where we get
That's
the word berserk from.
that. No, that's another thing, DJ. What if you're right? What if it actually never fucking happened and it's just made up? It's
Yeah,
just
Yeah,
because
made
when
up
you
to make
look
the
at
culture
when
seem
you look at
terrible.
Egypt,
if they
yeah,
just
like
made it up.
Egypt in the media is like mummies and a horror story. Do you know what I mean? They try to make it scary, to make you not know what the truth of it is.
But the Mayans did do a lot of. They was doing a lot of sacrifice. Not even before then, man. The one that was in the Bible back in them days, they were sacrificing kids and different things like that. Like that was something
Yeah,
back then. Cause
Abraham was
right
ready.
now, like last month, the volcano was tripping. So if we just took one of y'all and just threw it in the volcano, it'd calm the volcano down. Cause that's what it wanted.
That's true, man. Cause yo, no, they were doing that shit in certain periods of the world. They were doing that shit in Europe, in North Africa, in certain areas of Asia. They were doing that shit.
People
But most
was
of the time when they were doing that shit, they were under the influence of something, and supposedly something had visited them and told them that they needed to do it. What the fuck is that something that's doing that?
that
Is it
something
some kind of
is.
like,
What if it
That's
was
the
just the leader? What if it was the one that was leading everybody that came up with that concept? And where he got it
yeah,
from,
but what's
nobody knows.
influencing the dude? Yeah, but what's influencing the dude? Like, is
He
it
was a
okay? So you
psychopath.
Yeah,
We
but check
now
this out. So you take a compound, okay? The compound gives you synesthesia. You see more than what's supposed to be there. What if there's actually something, like something that's in no
was
clip mode or like in ghost mode, that's roaming around this bitch stuck here without a body? And whenever someone takes a compound, and they're at a specific quality of thinking where they're like kind of violent and bloody and already kind of predisposed to be evil, this thing can actually start to interact with it and give it like influences and tell it, yo, do this. And if you want to control the people, you got to tell them this and that. And you got to create this kind of like religious concept. And if they follow it and then you force people to follow it, you can get this outcome.
Okay, remember what's the name? Remember Charles Manson and what he did out of anger, just because he was mad at Hollywood because they wouldn't take his movies and the things that he was doing. So he tried to start a race war. That was
Yeah, but
that
there's a
that
lot
was
of
his
people who came
own
out with research
concept.
on that dude saying that that dude was a plant. Like nothing that he did was actually
That's
what he wanted to do. He was actually told to do all that.
He was
man.
MK
Yeah,
Ultra,
yeah, I hear you too,
Every
but
CIA.
he was a plant.
everybody who's
I
not
hear
a plant within society.
you.
We
No, I mean,
all
he used to get out of jail. He used to have a bunch of get out of jail free cards when he would be in different counties getting out by the government.
It's like, yo,
it's
generally
like
you have two types of crazies. You got the crazy that's doing that shit alone, or maybe with another teammate that's going around and like killing fucking people in like random small towns or hitchhikers, whatever. And then the other type of crazy is usually gonna be like some eventual drug lord or crime lord or whatever.
hey,
Like
cause
he gives zero fuck about people and he just wants to make money.
I
That's the
was
two type of
I was
crazies you
seeing
got.
videos like I'll be seeing the videos of the teenagers that be killing their parents, right? And it make you go, okay, what would influence a teenager to kill their parent? But just think, if it was like back then and this teenager killed their parent, how far would they take it with killing other people? If you could kill your
Yeah, no
parent,
doubt. But at the
how
same time,
far would you take
no
that
doubt. But
thing?
at the same time, they all got this weird similar vibe to them where they like have this like kind of weird happy laughter, evil, sinister, like
Exactly.
I'ma
Yeah.
prank you,
Yeah.
I'ma play with you, I'ma kill you type shit. It's like some kind
Yeah.
of like have you ever seen those animals that play with their food instead of killing it and eating it? Like they'll start like sort of there's actually animals who do this. There's some animals who torture their food before they eat it, and it's really weird because they don't need to do that.
I seen the killer
Like
whales do that. I seen the killer whales just kind of toss their food, toss the seal around, just toss it, bite it, and toss it, and then won't even eat it. Or just swim
It's
off.
called
dude,
having fun, baby.
there's a famous horse at Buckingham Palace, and this horse guards like the entrance of one of the gates for the palace in England. And this horse is known to lure animals to come in front of it and it just stomps the animals to death.
Yeah.
Like, why the fuck does it do that?
I always thought about that. Like I seen, like when you see a lion go in a cheetah cave and kill all the babies. Don't eat them or nothing. Just go in there and just smash all of them and leave. It's the animalistic nature, bro. It's not. It's. I don't even
Yeah,
think
but
it's
is it
something that's.
really an animalistic nature if it's like some kind of pleasure is extracted out of it?
It's a.
Like, that's something else, man.
It's a. I think it's more of like a part of control. You feel me? Because it's like if I can stop the lineage of these cheetahs, then I ain't. It's gonna be more food out here for me. It's gonna be more. I don't know. I don't know what it could be, but a lot of them do it. A lot of animals do that, and a lot of people do it.
Yeah, dude, we do that, man. There's like people who machine gun down boars out of helicopters. There's like a video where dudes be doing that shit. There's
For
people who
real?
will like hunt down certain. Yeah, dude, if you look it up, there's like a video where like these farmers from time to time they gotta ride a helicopter and they gotta like machine gun these boars because the boars are like actually very dangerous. And they can't just hunt them one by one. They actually have to like fly around. And because they're so fast, they actually need to use real big ass machine guns to kill them.
Wow,
Yeah,
It's
they gonna
there's
ridiculous.
some
ban
where
that.
they have mini guns mounted on trucks and they just drive around their fields shooting hogs and shit.
And
I
coyotes. They do
seen
that shit
I
with
seen
coyotes in certain
I
areas.
seen one. It was like the early 1900s where they had this big gun. It was like 8 feet tall or something, and it was so big, and like the bullets that it shot, they was killing ducks with it. So when the ducks take off, they can kill like a gang of ducks at one time. But they had to ban it because people was using it too much. Instead of them going and hunting one duck at a time, it would just shoot like 20 ducks out the sky. And it was like, this is, bro, man, you seen what we did to the dodo birds. The other
They ain't
animals
even
helped
eat
us.
them.
Super overkill.
Hey, the other animals helped us kill them off.
Bro, it was like a big thing for like 100 years back in the 1800s and the late 1700s, man. If you
Have
were like a dude and you had a decent amount of money, if you hadn't been on a hunting safari to bring back some crazy animals, people would clown you. Like that was like, oh, you got a
you,
watch, oh, you got the Nikes. Back then is, dude, you got a mounted lion's head like in
hey,
your living
Dre,
room. You got an
do
elephant
you
tusk.
do you be watching National Geographic sometimes?
No.
Bro, what? Look, did you look? The whales, the dolphins, the sharks, the killer whales, the all these. You'll see all these fish come together just to hunt down one other fish, a school of this fish, and they will eat them all. They will all work. I'm talking about the birds, everything. They will circle them and they will eat every last one of them, bro. The whole colony of fish.
Yo, I posted a while ago an article, man. If you look this up, there's a spider that gets pet frogs.
Huh?
If you look this up, there's a spider that goes and gets a pet frog, and it takes care of this frog. It lets it live in its burrow for like the reason that the frog protects its babies or something, because it doesn't eat its babies. And apparently they got this like weird bond where the frog is essentially the spider's pet, and it doesn't attack the frog.
Oh wow. And yeah, it's a lot of animals and insects be having that symbiotic relationship. Even plants be having that symbiotic relationship with like ants and other insects. They get that relationship because they protect each other and they feed one another and all the different shit.
And
Well,
that's
there
just the
is a
land
tree.
shit,
There's
man.
so many fish that live on the back of other fish. Like the
Oh
Yeah,
my
small fish
god.
live on the back and just become a parasite after a while. It's like, all
there's
right, I'm
a
with you. I just feed off of you.
there's a
Yeah.
You
kind of
swim here.
whale actually that has like these little openings, these pore openings on its skin, and it's like natural. And there's these little fish that live around it and house themselves in it, and they eat the small parasites or barnacles or whatever that would develop on the whale. So the whale doesn't eat those fish. It lets it like essentially live on it.
Yeah. Cause a lot of those fish be cleaning their teeth, be cleaning them and some more shit. You see the birds
Mm-hmm.
cleaning I said, dang, you see the birds cleaning the meat all out the crocodile teeth. And it'll sit there with its mouth open and let them do it. Picking up all the little parasites and different little insects out of his mouth and like that. But it's a lot of symbiotic relationships going on. But I'm sorry, y'all, I gotta head out because I gotta get ready. I gotta go in. I was supposed to, I was supposed to go to this other job today, but no, I ain't gonna do it. I'm gonna go to my one. So I'm gonna head out though. But I'm gonna holla. Thanks everybody from Discord for popping in. Dang man, y'all be Dre, you go beyond the smoke and mirrors. He said, I'm cool with nature. Forget nature. I ain't trying to live out there with the mosquitoes. I'll be saying the same thing, bro. No lie, same thing. Forget it. But nah, all right, Ty, Dre, Cryo, Big Chill, everybody, DJ, thanks for popping
Thanks
in.
for having me on.
Yeah,
Take care.
Big
Yeah,
Chill.
peace, peace.
Yeah, I'm a holla. And thanks everybody out there for tuning in. You feel me? But we gotta go. We gotta go. And I'm gonna tap in later probably if I can. Zoo sometimes give baby cheetahs a puppy friend, and they grow up together. Oh yeah, I seen that snail horseplay. I seen that. That's trippy. That's trippy. But yeah, I guess this gonna be the start of this podcast, Beyond Smoke and Mirrors. You feel me? Where we step outside of what things are and we look at it in different ways. And on that note, I'm out. Peace out.